Okay, guys. So I'm just getting done from swimming, etc. I had my dinner and now I'm trying to relax. And I get this crazy woman contacting me again on Facebook. So I had to tell her to get lost. Don't be afraid to tell people in your life when they have disrespected you once and then do it again, especially someone you don't have a relationship with or you don't know, to get lost. You got to do it, okay? So this lady, after did a video today about how you forgive everybody and everything, right? But I don't owe her. I don't owe her. She sent me a friend request. I don't owe that to her. I'm not obligated whatsoever. So, what did I just get? I got an angry emoji because I told her I will not be accepting her friend request. And she's like, "You're supposed to forgive, and you can't do what God says." This is someone in a position that they don't seem to understand the position they're in, that they have a real lack of humility here. And then she claims that because I put her in her place and said, "Hey, I don't have to put up with your disrespect." Basically, she says, "Oh, I'm not going to have basically be right with God because I actually told her that, I'm not accepting what she calls an apology as an apology." I don't know her heart, but she didn't call it what it was. She called it sparring with me. She was attacking me. She went so far to go on and on for hours, and then she just wants to make up just like that. So, oh, I will be held accountable for every word. I'm not convicted of that. I have no problem telling someone to get lost. And she's like, "God's going to hold you accountable for every single word you say." This is not my flavor of Christianity, okay? This is not my style of a God who is not gracious, right? I think he knows my heart, and I think he knows I was being attacked, and because I was being attacked, I'm going to give it back and shut this lady up, basically, right? She's like, "You could have turned the other cheek. You didn't have to say what you said." This, again, the kettle calling the pot black, right? So she's like, "You're going to be held accountable, and you're so prideful and self righteous, and you hold grudges, and you keep score in life." I don't think I really do. Not really. I kind of like the Old Testament standard. I kind of do when it comes to disrespect. When you disrespected a king years ago, off with your head. And of course, I mean, it's not that you really want someone to, be like your head is rolled, you don't really want that. But there was a very high standard of respecting people. You didn't go up to a king, you didn't go up to people and just be like, "Hey, I'm going to just tell you exactly what I think, and I'm going to just tear you to pieces, even though I don't know you and I know nothing about you. I'm going to go on social media and tear you to pieces." You know, um, she would have been if she had done this to someone else, she could have actually really had some major consequences. So you don't just do. I don't understand. I don't understand why people don't have common sense. You don't just go up to someone you don't know and start saying a bunch of crap and think that we're going to be best friends again, or best friends now. I don't even know this woman. So she's like, "Oh, what else? I don't. What'd you say? Oh, I don't need your forgiveness. So why did you even bother asking me and bothering me to forgive you? You know, I don't need to, really, like I said earlier, first of all, name it. I said what you said wasn't even close to an apology. You didn't even name what you did. So how do you know what you're forgiving, right? When someone can't even name what it is they want to be forgiven for. So, I this woman, she's like, "I wish you well," and then she's like, and then she starts insulting me again. So I go, "So you said sorry, and then you start insulting me again?" Um, so this woman, I don't know what type of Christianity she has, but there is a definite lack of respect. There's a lack of boundaries. There's a lack of just humanity, like, hey, uh, you know, you need to actually, connect with someone sometimes before you say some things. So I don't really have, I told her to get lost, and I don't have a problem telling people to get lost. If you watch my channel here, I don't have a problem with telling people to get lost. There are people I actually do really enjoy, and I would die for them. I would lay down my life for them. That includes my sons. And I had brought them home something today from the restaurant, and I am always looking to serve my family and bless them. But I went to one restaurant today and I actually had a little extra money and wanted to bless the person. That's the type of person I am. And the other day I had a little extra money and I wanted to bless the person. I will bless somebody if I want to. So, I will definitely waitresses, I will tip well because I know what it's like. But if it's just so simple, I don't understand why people don't get it. You're good to me, I'm good to you, we get along, fine. Someone disses me, look out. That's just a standard I have. I'm sorry some people don't like it, but I think it's common sense. Don't try to disrespect people because it may come right back at you. And obviously, if you have family and you're close to your family and you're trying to work things out and you have a relationship with people, you're going to give more grace, I think, than to someone who's just, you don't even know them and it's like, they're disrespecting you. I don't understand that lack of common sense. When I was growing up, I didn't disrespect people because I knew I'd get slapped in the mouth, or I didn't go run my mouth around, people, or I knew I might get punched. I mean, it was that simple. I've never been punched. I mean, I didn't run my mouth and do that stuff. And in school, I never got in trouble. But my husband, and there's no self-righteousness when I say this, my husband would get in trouble all the time. He knew the principal on first name basis, and it kind of is funny because all he would do, he wouldn't even really do much. All he would do is he had a funny sense of humor and he would crack a joke, and the teacher didn't like it, and she'd be like, "Ben, May, you get in the office right now." And he didn't even really do anything. He was just a clown, and he just would make a comment because he thought it was funny, and he would actually make fun of their stupidity sometimes, right? I mean, he just would say something that was funny because it was true, and he would get in trouble. So, I knew not to say anything, seeing my husband's example of getting in trouble. So, I don't know why people think it's okay to just run their mouth on social media as she did with me and think it's not going to come back at her. She's like, "Your words were so hurtful to me." Well, don't open your mouth wide. I don't know. I just don't get these people. When I was growing up, one of the things my father would say, and it always stuck with me, and he would say this, is the more you run your mouth to people, the stupider you sound. So my father was someone who didn't put up with people disrespecting him. He had friends, but if you thought you were going to get away with disrespecting him, you had another thing coming. And he would be the type of guy, I think, with his friends, I mean, just lay down his life. I mean, he would go help, build a log cabin with the guys. He was naive in many ways, but for the most part, his heart meant well. So, but he didn't put up with stuff. He was a tough guy, and that's probably where I get it from my father. I just don't put up with crap. And it's not that I don't forgive people. It's not that I don't give a second chance, but I don't put up with it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think we need more of it. And I think if we had more people standing up and say, "Hey, I don't think you're going to disrespect me, and I think I'm going to choose my friends wisely," I think we'd have less problems in society. So that's what I got for now. And then I've got a cool video coming up talking about a Bible study. All right, join me in a minute. Thanks, guys.